Hey everybody, welcome to the Cafe of Knowledge. So glad that y'all all could tune in today. Everyone knows that last week we reviewed how to budget, stay inside your budget for retail store, restaurant, things like that. Last week we had the video of budgeting a restaurant. Week before last, we had budget in a retail store, but it's all the same. I just wanted to kind of give you a view of retail and restaurant, but they both work the same. So this week, like I said, last week we stayed within our budget. How you supposed to stay within your budget. This week we are going to do how to budget an employee schedule, okay? All your employees. So if you're going into management or you are in management, or you running your own business, or you working in a business, you know how to budget your employee schedule, okay? So that's what we're going to go through today. It's not going to take that long. Like I always say, I want you to screenshot it and things when I show you a couple of charts or whatever. Before we get started, please hit like and subscribe, please. Like I said, I'm doing this because I just want to help people find better jobs if that's what they want, make more money on the jobs, get promotion on the jobs, retail, restaurant, wherever you construction working, whatever you are doing. I just want people around the United States and the world to be able to make more money and have a better career, learn another career. Like I said, you might not be in this field right now, but it is surely good for anyone to know something extra that they can fall back on in case the main thing you want to do don't work. You'll have something to fall on until you do get whatever type of job that you want to get. But it's always good to have. It works for everything, any job across the world. You could do anything, accounting, finance, inventory, cashier, cook, or whatever. Anybody can learn this. And whenever you feel you're ready to move up the ladder, move the next step, you have something. And you can also always order my book called Inventory Control Easy. You go to Google, hit in Inventory Control Easy by Nichelle Jones, and the book will pop up. You also can order the book. And a lot of people do order the book and use the book as a walking tool. So wherever they go, they can always refer back to it, whatever job they have, to just refresh their memory and stay on top of it. So anyway, today is the employee schedule, budgeting employee schedule. So let's say that you remember when we was talking about last week and week before last to stay within your goal. If that company tells you to make $2,000 this week, you need to make $2,000 this week. If it says make $1,000 this week, you need to make $1,000. That store needs to make that $1,000 for that week. Well, it's the same way for an employee schedule. And most companies, and if you're running a business and you have employees, anybody who have employees working inside of a store, any store, candy store, retail store, restaurant store, it doesn't matter, even at the airports, everywhere, hair salon, wherever you are, if there are some employees there, having an employee budget schedule is very good, okay? So, let's say that the company said, I'm just going to give you a small number right now before we go into the big numbers on the chart. Okay, now say if a company said you have to make $2,000 this week, right? So you got to make $2,000 this week. But they say 300 of it can be spent on your employees, meaning your employees' hours. Meaning that you can't spend no more than $300 of that money for your employees. So they'll say, this store still needs to make $1,000 this week. But $300, we want you to only spend $300 this week on your employees. So you have to make a schedule that for your employees will be on the schedule, but you can't go over $300. Okay? And if you making the schedule and it's going over $300, then you know you are going over your employee budget. Okay? And that company don't want you to do that. You have some people that because they don't know how to budget an employee schedule, they just go to making the schedule, and they blow the employee budget every time because they don't take the time to make sure that they stay inside that $300 budget plan for employees. Okay? So if a company say you only can spend $300 on employees this month, then you have to divide all these employees, but you can't go over $300 that month. Okay? And I'm going to show you how you do that to make sure you don't go over that number they set for you for the employee budget. Okay? So now, that's in all companies. And if you are running your business and you are the owner of your business or whatever, and you're not doing this, you need to do this. Because this eats up a lot of your profit that you want to put inside of the bank. If you're not budgeting that schedule, and most companies go by their sales. They'll go by how much money they normally make, and they'll set that goal for the store to make, and they'll also say, okay, well, out of $1,000, if I know I'm going to make $1,000 this week, I don't want to spend no more than $300 of it on employees. So you have to make that schedule that fits within $300. Maybe a little bit less so you'll have a cushion to lean on. Okay? But you have to stay within that $300 employee budget goal. Okay? So now, let's say, so that's what it's called. It's called a payroll budget. It's really called a payroll budget. Okay? So now, your store going to have a budget each month. October, November, December, January, February, March, April. It's going to tell you how much they expect for you to make in sales. Like I just said, they expect for you to make $1,000 that month. You need to make $1,000 that month. Then they'll say you can only spend $300 in labor. Labor means your employees. So then you can only spend $300 that month. When a manager or whoever is running that store, when they meet these goals, sometimes, most of the times, they get incentive. Incentive means that you get a little extra money for doing good, staying within that bracket, making the sales they want you to make, staying within the employee budget, and then that's when everybody gets a bonus, so-called. Everybody gets a bonus. The managers get a bonus. Sometimes employees get a bonus. They get extra money around the holidays or something like that. If the store can stay like that, stay consistent, making their goals, staying up under the employee budget, if they could do that for about four or 5 months, then the 5th month, everybody in the store will get an incentive, which means they will get a bonus or some type of extra money for the good job they have done. Okay, now, let's go right into it. So now, let's say, for an example, in October, this store here, let's say your store in October, you're inside of a store, and they tell you that this is what they want you to make, okay? Now, they tell you that they want you to make $95,000. $95,403. That's what they say they want. They say you working in a big store now. You working in a big store, and then you see some paperwork come out, or maybe you may be the manager or the owner. However, you know what? Like I said, when you decide to step into management, you will know what to do. If you decide to step in to own your own business or work as a manager, a district manager, whatever, you know what to do. Okay? Now, let's say in October, this big store, they say this store has to make $95,403 this month. Okay, this month they want you to make $95,403. Then they say, out of that, you can only spend $32,437 in labor that month. Okay, so they want you to make $95,000, but they only want you to spend $32,000 on your labor for that month. Okay, and that would mean they would have a profit of like $62,000, $62,965 if you bring in $95,000 for that month, and if you only spend $32,000 that month. Okay, so that's how it go, and I'm gonna show you right quick what it looks like. Screenshot it, because you know I always tell you I don't keep it up there that long. Okay, so you'll see how it says payroll budget plan. You'll see for like October, they want you to make $95,000. You'll see the month that they got down the road: October, November, December, January, February. Then you'll see the sales that they want you to make each month. October, they want you to make $95,000. November, $75,000. December, $93,000. And then if you look on the other side, it says labor. That's how much they want you to spend on the labor only. So in October, they only want you to spend $32,000. November, they just want you to spend $29,000 in labor. Okay? And if you do that, the gross profit you will see right there is what they will have left over to like pay their bills, pay other expenses, fix things that need to be fixed, and then that goes in the bank. But that's still their profit. Okay, so that's how it goes. So you'll see we just going to do the month of October. Please screenshot it. We just going to do the month of October that says that your sales, they want you to make $95,403. Now they want you to only spend on your employees, which is labor, $32,437. Okay, so now how to do that? Okay, now what you would do is all your employees in the store, you're going to have to say, okay, how many employees I got in the store? Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You got 16 employees that work in your store. Okay, now you got 16 employees that work in your store, and then you have 4 managers that work in your store, because managers are also included inside of this employee payroll. Okay, there's budget. So now what you would do is you would take all your employees, which is 16 employees, and then you would take the 4 managers as well. But the 4 managers would be up under the employees, because you got your employees and then you got your managers. So then, if you know you got 16 employees, then you need to pull out each one of those employees out of the computer or in your file or wherever, and you need to find out how much each employee makes. Okay? And once you find out what each employee makes, then you would know what's going on there. Okay, so now what you would do, let me read this to you right quick. How to budget, but you already know that in order to even start to where you get it, because your budget is $32,437 for employees, for your labor. Okay, now how you budget this? Let me tell you how to budget a labor or payroll schedule. October, it has $32,400. Okay, you will divide that into 4, because you got 4 weeks in a month. Okay, now once you divide that $32,437, which is your labor that they only allowing you to spend, you will divide that by 4 because it's 4 weeks in a month. Okay, that will give you $8,109. Okay, so $8,109 is what you can only spend each week. Okay, so you got to only spend $8,109 for the first week, $8,109 for the second week, and for the third week, and for the fourth week. And then you will be staying inside of that $32,437 payroll goal. Okay, now if you don't understand what I'm saying, you might want to rewind it and go back and listen to it again so you can get an understanding of what I'm saying. Okay, so now once you take that $32,000 divided into 4, that gives you $8,109. Okay, now once you have done that, it'll tell you $8,000. Okay, so now you're gonna get a list of every employee that works in your store. So in this case, we just said you have 16 employees. And you're going to get a list of all those employees and how much they make an hour. An hour now. You're going to pull out all 16 employees, and you're going to have you a scrap of paper or wherever, or you can type it in or however you do, but you're going to write down each employee name and what they hourly wage is on the side of their name, okay, which would look like this. And you would also have to do that for the management team as well, okay. So what you would do is pull out a paper, and that paper should look like this. It tells you, like the first one is earners, and then they make $8.50 an hour. And then it'll have their hire date. That's their hire date right there. Their hire date was in 2011 of August, okay? And they vacation hours, they got 24 hours worth of vacation time. That's how you know when people have vacation time, okay? But we are trying to see how much each employee make. So you got the first employee, earners make $8.50 an hour. The next one is Bushy, he makes $8 an hour. The next one is Rosie, she make $8 an hour. The next one is Fan. Now screenshot this so you will be able to follow along with me, or when you review this video again, you will be able to follow along and know what I'm saying, okay? So now, and then you will also see that at the bottom, I have the management team as well. It says management team, and it tells you Levette makes $10 an hour as a manager, and it just goes on and on. So make sure you screenshot that. Okay, so now, once you have said, okay, I have 16 employees work in this store and 4 managers that work in this store. You pull out each one of those people's file and see how much they are making an hour. Once you figure that out and you got all your employees, their names, what each of them make an hour, you got all your managers' names, what they make an hour, okay? Then the average store, an average employee works 40 hours a week, okay? So we're going to say that all these employees are full-time employees and they work 40 hours a week at least. Well, normally, companies only will give their employees 35 hours a week on the schedule. Okay, so you'll make your schedule where everybody is working 35 hours instead of 40, because you got to think about it is sometimes you might ask that person to stay, and then you got another extra 5 hours to let that person stay for 2 hours later or 3 hours later. You got a cushion there, and you still be within your budget goal. Okay? So now, once you do that, you making a schedule, you want to say, okay, all 16 of these employees gonna work 35 hours. Now your managers will work 40 hours, and some of them will definitely work 40 hours, so you could put they hold 40 hours because they are managers, or you could just put 35 hours for your managers as well. Keep it all 35, 35, 35. So you know how much everybody make, and you say, okay, everybody's going to get 35 hours. Okay? So now what you would do is now you are going to have to say, you're going to have to make another sheet. And you're going to say, okay, I'm going to give the employees 35 hours, but I am going to put the managers at 40 hours. So I have 4 managers, but I'm going to make sure that they have the 40 hours. So what you would do is that list that you made for your employees, those 16 employees, you put their names on a sheet, you put how much each one of them make, and then you would say times 35 for each one of them, and see how much that will give you. Times 35, because remember 35 hours is for 1 week, so we're doing this for 1 week, okay? So each employee, you got their name down on the sheet, you got how much they make, and then you're going to say times 35, because you're going to give all your employees 35 hours for that week, okay? And this is how that looks, okay? You giving all your employees 35 hours. So you see how I did that, and you want to screenshot it if you have to. But that's how I did that, and I put it up a little close. But that's how I did that, okay? You see Ernest, remember we said he make $8.50 an hour. Times 35 is $297.50. That's how much he makes in a week if we give him 35 hours. Okay? Then you got Bushy. He make $8 an hour times 35. And that will give you $280 for that week. Then you got Rosie. Make $8 times 35. She will have $280. Then you got Fanny. She makes $8.50 an hour. And then that will make her have $297 every week. Okay? So that's how you make sure that you stay within the budget goal. Now, once you add all those employees up, and let me also show you how I did the management team. Okay? So you seen how we did the employees. Okay? You see how we did the employees. And now, these are the managers at the bottom. Okay? The managers, you see, Lavette, she makes $12 an hour times 40. So, her paycheck for the week will be $480. Okay? Now, if you see it, if you add all those employees up together, just the employees, not the managers, if you add all those employees up together, that will give you $4,690. Then when you add all the managers' hours for that week, that will be $1,600. Okay? Which will give you a total altogether $6,290, which is right there. Okay? Once you add the employees all together, how much they make is $4,000 for 1 week. Paying all 16 employees will be $4,690. And then you add up all the 4 managers' pay for that week, it would be $1,600. Okay? So that's how you do that. Now, when you add both of them together, when you add the employees together, the $4,690, and then you add the management for that week, $1,600, that will give you $6,290 for that week. Okay? So, remember, your week goal is, that they told you when we divided, it shows that we had $8,109 to spend on labor each week. Well, we just made a schedule to where we're only spending $6,260 that week by having all 16 of our employees work 35 hours a week, and all our managers are working 40 hours a week. And we still managed to only spend $6,290 on employees and the managers. So we only using $6,000 of that $8,000 we are given. Okay, which is a good thing because that's what you want to do. So we still have a little cushion there because we only spent $6,000, but we really got $8,000 to spend. So that means we have at least $1,819 left to kind of spend. And that's why you leave it at 35 hours, because now we got now we got $1,819 extra dollars to spend. Okay? Because we didn't use all our $8,000 budget. And that's when you can ask people later on in the week, hey, can you work a double? Or can you stay a little bit longer? Can you stay 2-3 hours longer? Well, we could do that because we have all this cushion left. We have $1,819 worth of cushion left because we didn't spend all our employee budget plan, okay, for that week. So now each employee has 35 hours. Okay, because that's all we did. We gave all 16 employees had 35 hours, and we didn't only spend but $4,690 on employees. And then our managers, our 4 managers, we spent $1,600. Okay, so now that we know, that works right there. You know what I'm saying? That works right there because we're under employee budget. And everybody got 35 hours. The managers got 40 hours. But the employees got 35 hours. Now it's time to make a schedule. Okay, so now you make a schedule with everybody making 35 hours that week. Okay, and if you need somebody later on down the line, later on that week, you might need for somebody to stay 2 extra hours because somebody going to be 2 hours late. And you want them to, you can have them stay 2 hours without still blowing your employee budget plan. Okay? So now, once you see that this works, this work here. All my employees got 35 hours. All my managers got 40 hours. This right here work, and I'm only spending $6,000 of the $8,000 they giving me. Okay, so this works right here. So then you have to make a schedule that everybody gets 5 days a week, 2 days off. But you have to make a schedule with everybody making 35 hours a week, Monday through that Saturday. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday through that Sunday. And then you can roll this here schedule all month long because this is fitting your whole monthly budget plan. Okay? And then the next month, you'll have to do exactly what we did and divide whatever number they gave you to spend in labor. You'll have to take that number and divide it by 4 and then see what that is and then make your schedule according to the fit inside that budget. Okay? But for this budget, which is October, they gave us them 32,000, and then we divided 4 into the 32,000. That gave us the 8,000 each week that we can spend on employees and managers. So then we got all the employees' names together, how much they make, and then we divided it by 35. We times it by 35. So each employee, whatever they make, times 35. And then it'll give you how much that is. All the way down, all 16 employees. And then you do the managers the same way. And then you add all of it up and see, did we come in that 8,000 mark that we have? And we did. Actually, we under. Because we only spent $6,200. Okay? So that's how that go. And then once you have that, then that's when you make your employee schedule, which is like this. Every employee has 35 hours a week. Okay? Each employee has 35 hours a week. Okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you see, so you might want to screenshot that so you can see. But that's giving everybody, that's how you would make it. So everybody has 2 off days and you fill in their schedule. Each employee have 35 hours, so then you making a schedule. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'll see the first one, Ernest, come in at 8 a.m., get off at 3:30 p.m. The first row, he off on Tuesdays. Wednesday, come in at 3:30 p.m., leave at 10:30 p.m. Then Thursday, he off. Friday, you work from 9 a.m. to 4. Or 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Then Saturday, come in at 9 a.m., get off at 4:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, come in at 7:30 a.m., get off at 3 p.m. Okay? So you just screenshot that, and then you will see how to make an employee schedule. Okay? But that's how you then spread out and do your employee schedule. So now you see how to make an employee schedule. And you stayed within your employee budget schedule. Okay? So the first thing we did was we seen what our labor budget was. It was $32,000. Okay? Then we divided 4 into 32,000 because it's 4 weeks in a month. So we divided 4 into the 32,000. That was our employee budget payroll plan. And then that gave us the 8,000. Okay, now we know we only have $8,000 each week to spend on employees. So then that's when you get all your employees' files out, or you look at each employee you have, and there's 16 employees was working for our store. Well, you get all 16 employees and you write it on a paper. Okay, such and such, Ernest, make $8. Susan, make $10. Deborah, make $8. You write down beside each employee what they make. Then the average store does give 35 hours so they don't go over budget. Then that's when you will put all 35 by every employee. You would say $8, if they make $8 an hour, times 35. And then you get that number. Then the next person, if they make $8.50 an hour, they go $8.50 times 35 and see what they make. Once you got all that down and you know what everybody make or whatever, then you add all that up and see if it comes within that $8,000 that we were given to spend on employees. It can't be over, but it could be a little under. but as long as it's, not going over that 8,000. So the way we did it, we gave all our employees 35 hours. We gave our managers 40 hours, and we still didn't spend nothing but 6,000 and something out of that 8,000. So we doing good. So then you can then make your schedule. And that's the schedule that we made. And that will give where everybody can have 2 days off, and then you can still fill in each day, however you do. And because this fits inside of that month's budget plan, which is the month of October, you can run this same schedule all month long. Okay? You probably could switch the names up and say, okay, now I'm going to just switch the names up, but the hours stay the same. Okay? But the hours stay the same. So you could just run this schedule again and just change the names and swap it, and then this person here work that, because you might have some people on here that's off Saturday and Sunday. Well, maybe you want to rotate the schedule and somebody else be off Saturday and Sunday. Well, you don't have to redo the whole thing. You just change the names and put, okay, I'm going to let this person be off Saturday and Sunday, and then put that person in this spot right here. But the thing is, this schedule can stay the same, and you can run this schedule all month. If you don't want to change it and just run this schedule all month, you can. But at least this here schedule fits into the budget plan for October, that you only are allowed to spend the $32,000 for labor. So that if you run this schedule all month, that you gonna make that goal that company wants you to make in employee schedule. Okay? So only thing you have to do is just pull in your sales that they want you to pull in, and then you already got your employee schedule budgeted. So that's how you do that, and that's how you budget an employee schedule. Okay? So like I said, if you don't understand, please rewind, go back, screenshot, play the video again, whatever, and listen to it very carefully over again, and then you will understand it. So that's all we have today, but now you all know how to budget an employee schedule. So y'all know how to budget an employee schedule. Y'all know exactly how to do it, what to do, and you know how to make one. You see how I made one. If you screenshot it, all you got to do is look at it, and then look at this video again, and it'll show you, and you can really understand how to do it. If you have to look at it 2-3 times, it don't matter, just long as you get it. And you can get it if you listen to the video very closely. Okay, so now y'all all know how to budget an employee schedule. You know how to make one, know how to make an employee schedule, and you know how to stay within the employee budget payroll for each month and how to do it. So last week we talked about how you supposed to make your sale goal. If they tell you to make $200-300, or they tell you to make $2,000-3,000 for that week or for that month, you got to do that. And we talked about how to do that. Now this week, you know how to budget an employee payroll schedule. Okay, so that's it for this week. See y'all next week. Have a great day. Have a great week. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage. And you all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block y'all from y'all goals and success. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.